Look, I think you put your finger on it in this respect, which is that for Republicans, this is the top issue. In fact, in some respects, it is the only issue for the Republican Party is subverting democracy. You could argue that there really isn't even a close second, because the one issue that unites everyone from, Marjorie Taylor Greene to Adam Kinzinger is opposing voting rights. So it is the unifying theory of the Republican Party. And on the Democratic side, for most people who are Democrats, voting rights is very important, but there are 19 other issues that are equally or more important. It may be climate, it may be immigration, it may be economic stimulus, it may be child care tax credits, it may be minimum wage, it may be student loans. We could go on and on with the list. But democracy is just one of that set of issues. And what needs to change among Democrats is that Democrats need to understand that none of those 7 things I just listed are going to matter at all if we lose our democracy. And none of those 7 things are even going to happen if we lose our democracy. So democracy needs to be first, and it also needs to be integrated into every issue, because every issue that Democrats and progressives care about is a democracy issue. I believe the White House knows that, and I think they're working on that, and I know that Senator Schumer and Speaker Pelosi know that and are working on it, but it's important that every Democrat knows it and is working on it.
You may be right. I mean, I don't know that they know that and recognize that, but I need to understand better what goes on the Democratic side. What you said is absolutely right. Mitch McConnell made what you said true today. There will be no 2022 agenda. And in the Republican Party, its leader, Donald Trump, has one litmus test now. You are for or against the big lie. That's it. That is what the whole Republican Party is about. And you're right. From Mitt Romney to Liz Cheney to Adam Kinzinger to Marjorie Taylor Greene, Kevin McCarthy, and the Bowie Burr person, that is the only thing that they all agree on, that they will do nothing to stop the rolling back of access to the right to vote. And to me, the more insidious aspect is the annihilation of the Brad Raffenspergers of the world, the election workers. There's a lawsuit, I'm sure you know about it, in Georgia, the election workers who were bullied and harangued by Donald Trump, who had to move. The FBI told them to relocate. Republicans, the very few good ones and all the bad ones, have nothing to say about any of it. So how do you stop Democrats from, I understand they're there to govern, and maybe it's hard wiring, but they're governing. They've done more to fight COVID. They've done more to strengthen the economy, and voters don't seem to care. The president's approval numbers are not too far away from what Donald Trump's were.
Yeah, so I just want to start by echoing one thing you said and expanding on it, which is, you mentioned the bad ones and the good ones. Dr. King said that the greatest tragedy of the civil rights movement in the 1960s was not the actions of the bad ones, but it was the appalling silence of the good ones. And so part of the messaging that I think we need to be clear about, and it is why, people who follow me on Twitter may say, God, you're awfully tough on the Liz Cheneys and the Adam Kinzingers, and why is that? And it is because the appalling silence of the good ones. It is Mitt Romney's appalling silence on this voting issue that actually is worse than what the, Boberts and the, what the crazy dentist from Texas is,